Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are going to talk about the top 5 countries with the most expensive rentals. So, if you plan to move to any of these countries, you might think twice. But don't worry, we're not here to scare you. We're here to entertain you with some fun facts and hilarious jokes. Let's start with Switzerland, a country known for its breathtaking landscapes, fine chocolates, and expensive watches. But did you know that Switzerland also has the most expensive rentals in the world? Yes, you heard it right. According to the latest data, the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Zurich is around $2,000 per month. That's crazy. You can rent an entire house in some other countries with that money. The Swiss are known for their punctuality, and that extends to their rental payments as well. In Switzerland, it's common for tenants to set up automatic rent payments, so they never miss a due date. If only all countries were this organized. Switzerland is also known for its high standard of living, but that comes at a cost. In addition to the high rent prices, the cost of living in Switzerland is generally quite expensive, with groceries, transportation, and other daily expenses costing more than in many other countries. The Swiss take their apartment cleanliness seriously, and it's not uncommon for landlords to perform surprise inspections to make sure their tenants are keeping their living spaces tidy. So, if you're a messy person, you might want to work on your cleaning skills before moving to Switzerland. But beware, if you want to rent an apartment in Switzerland, be prepared for a long and competitive process. Landlords are known to be very selective and may require multiple references, financial documents, and even a background check. So, if you want to secure a place to live in Switzerland, it's best to start your search early and be ready to put your best foot forward. Moving on to Hong Kong, the city that never sleeps and always leaves you sleep deprived due to its expensive rents. Hong Kong is known for its skyscrapers, dim sum, and more recently, protests against rising living costs. The rental prices in this county are so high that even Superman would need a second job to afford a decent apartment. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment is around $2,500 per month, which is enough to make even the most seasoned renters shed a tear. But that's not all. Did you know that in Hong Kong, it's not uncommon for people to live in tiny, shoebox-sized apartments? These apartments are so small that you have to step outside to change your mind. The government has even set minimum apartment sizes to try and address this issue, but it's still a struggle for many Hong Kong residents. And if you think you can save money by living in the suburbs, think again. The cost of living in the suburbs of Hong Kong is still higher than in many major cities around the world. It's no wonder that Hong Kong has been named the world's most expensive city to live in for several years in a row. Now, let's talk about Singapore, a country known for its cleanliness, strict laws, and exorbitant rental prices. Did you know that Singapore has a law that requires citizens to flush public toilets after use? Yes, you heard that right. This is a city that takes cleanliness seriously, but it seems like they take rental prices even more seriously. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Singapore is around $2,000 per month, which is enough to make you consider moving back in with your parents. But if you want to live in a fancy condo with a pool and a gym, you can expect to pay even more. It's no wonder that many young people in Singapore have given up on the idea of owning their own homes and resigned themselves to a lifetime of renting. And also in Singapore, it's the tenant's responsibility to keep the apartment in good condition. So, if you accidentally break a tile in the bathroom, you better be prepared to pay for it. And if you think you can get away with leaving a little mess, think again. Singapore landlords are known for their rigorous inspections and penalties for any damage or cleanliness issues. But don't worry, Singaporeans have a sense of humor about it all. In fact, there's a popular local joke that goes, "I'm not renting an apartment, I'm just renting a mailbox to store my clothes and sleep in a corner." It seems like in Singapore, you have to have a good sense of humor to survive the rental market. The next is Norway. Norway. Land of the fjords, the midnight sun, and the world's most expensive rentals. Did you know that in Norway, you can pay over $3,000 a month for a one-bedroom apartment in the heart of Oslo? That's right, you could be paying more for rent than some people do for their entire mortgage. And don't even think about trying to find a bargain in one of the trendy neighborhoods. You'll have to fork over even more cash to live there. But hey, at least you'll be surrounded by some of the most beautiful scenery in the world. And if you're lucky, you might even catch a glimpse of the northern lights. Of course, you'll have to watch it from your tiny apartment window because you won't have enough money to go outside and see it up close. But don't worry, there are plenty of other things to do in Norway that won't break the bank. You can go hiking, fishing, or skiing, if you can afford to rent the gear. And who needs a spacious apartment when you can live in a cozy, little cabin in the mountains? So, if you're planning to move to Norway, just remember that you'll need to save up a lot of money for rent. After all, you can't put a price tag on the beauty of the Norwegian landscape, but apparently, you can put a price tag on a tiny apartment in Oslo. Now, let's talk about the United Arab Emirates, the country known for its luxurious lifestyle, stunning skyscrapers, and of course, the famous Burj Khalifa. But did you know that the rental prices in UAE can also be sky high? In fact, Dubai, one of the most popular cities in UAE, has some of the most expensive rentals in the world. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Dubai is around $2,000 per month, and if you want to live in a fancy neighborhood or downtown Dubai, you can expect to pay even more. But here's a fun fact about Dubai rentals: you can actually rent an apartment for a whole year with just one check. Yes, you heard it right. Some landlords in Dubai offer this option to attract wealthy expats who don't want to deal with monthly payments. Just ensure you have a fat bank account before signing up for this deal. And there you have it, folks, the top 5 countries with the most expensive rentals. Remember, just because the rental prices are high, it doesn't mean you can't enjoy living in these amazing countries. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.